and I am doing this in English. I will eventually also translate it into French. I was born on a sunny Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock Port-Louis, Brittany, France. My mother's best friend assisted in my birth. Her name was Maria. My mother's Marie-Louise. I was consequently born with sand and sea. Many years later, I would find out that my mother, while still married to her first husband, however, Maria's husband died. The bastard child. Throughout history, being a bastard child has never been an easy thing to live with. That said, my life was not made easy. Not my home life, not my school life, and certainly not in our small and very of Port-Louis. People can be most cruel. We live. I was born not very long after World War II. War is a terrible thing. And this particular one, from 1939 to 1945, was the deadliest in history, when an estimated 50 to 80 million killed and more than 6 million Jewish people were slaughtered. And yet, to this day, in this 21st century, these events still go on. Watching BBC World News, the report of genocide in Syria, Africa, and the persecution of Muslims in Myanmar, Burma, and not to forget millions of atrocities in Armenia, Bosnia, Rwanda, Darfur, etc. How is it possible that humans can commit such atrocity against their own people because of ethnic or other differences? Boggles the mind. There are so many words to describe misery, distress, suffering, anguish, anxiety, heartache, sadness. Many of the words which would sum up the first 16 years of my young life and rare memories of a decent childhood. Life consisting of regular beatings, assaults, punishments, and on so many levels. Why are so many of us born into these conditions? Our mother was so she had suffered from her subsequently, had gotten pregnant, becoming the ultimate outcast in our small town. Everyone knew everyone else's business in those days of horror and shame. How terrible this must have been of an enemy combatant, a child herself, and forced to give birth in the most miserable of conditions. Our mother had not been shown nor experienced any sort of love, compassion, or kindness. How could this completely damaged human being be anything but her children? History has a way of repeating itself. She was 17 when my sister Janine was born. More years of hell.